Welcome, family, friends, faculty, and staff. Thank you for joining us today in celebration of us 2019 grads. Your support means the world today and every day. For the past 4 years, our lives have existed mainly in our sheltered Walsh bubble, which I think most of us can agree has been pretty comfortable. But to me, Walsh has felt like a second home, and I'd like to thank you all for the role you've played in that. But today, we're coming face to face with the real world, whether we like it or not. And we're venturing out into the unfamiliar. Last week, one of you described graduation to me as somewhat of a reality check, which I thought was ironically accurate. Because life has an uncanny sense of timing with milestones such as these, in which you're reminded exactly how invincible you're not. As far as reality checks are concerned, hopefully this is more of a gradual transition than abrupt disillusionment. Unfortunately, the latter situations are sometimes unavoidable. And while I've personally experienced a number of these rocky transitions, I know we've all experienced this in our own community with the unexpected loss of Miss Gina Rocco this fall. A number of you in the audience had the absolute honor of calling Gina a friend and role model, as did I. And as a late member of this matriculated class of 2019, it seems appropriate to acknowledge her memory at this time by saying that Gina freely and unashamedly invited the light of Christ to shine through her every action during her time on earth. I like to think that if circumstances were different, Gina would be standing in my place at the podium today. To say I've learned a lot from her is an understatement. I've learned that even the most abrupt, unexpected changes can be converted to gradual transition by a simple change in resolve. Both types of change force you out of your comfort zone in different ways, each providing valuable opportunities of their own. I'm starting to realize these opportunities in a whole new light and never to take them for granted, thanks to Gina. And to any student in the crowd today approaching graduation with uncertainty or fear, I hope you'll find comfort in these lessons from our beloved late classmate. We just walked across the stage and thankfully nobody tripped, but we're starting the next chapter of our lives. The thing about home is that once you leave, you can never truly return. Either the place you once called home or you yourself will be changed indefinitely. Change requires an immense leap of faith and a great deal of uncertainty. And as a Walsh graduate, I dare to say God grants the increase, and I hope you'll all join me in that. No matter where this life leads you, you will always carry these pieces of your Walsh home with you. Take pride in that, and use these gifts to your advantage in serving God and community in the most meaningful ways. My last pieces of advice are to celebrate your accomplishments, today especially, and each day moving forward. Show gratitude where gratitude is due. The sooner you accept the phrase, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible, the better. Trust me, you'll reach levels of achievement and self-growth previously unimagined. And most of all, never settle for satisfaction when it comes to personal growth. This will be your quickest route to failure. As I look at all the familiar faces in the crowd today, I'll always remember the profound intelligence, dedication, and compassion of the senior class. And I feel so blessed to stand in company with you all. Thank you for pushing me to become the best version of myself that I possibly can be. I know I still need some work, but I wouldn't be here today without you all. I'm so excited to see where each and every one of you will bring your little pieces of home, and the hearts you will touch is the legacy of Walsh University. Before our paths diverge in life, there comes a time to say goodbye to just about everything. I recently discovered that goodbye comes from the term Godspeed, S-P-E-I-D, which is an Old English acronym for God be with you. Somehow, knowing this has made some of the hardest goodbyes these past few weeks just a little bit easier. So in closing, goodbye class of 2019, Godspeed. Roll on, Cavs, and continue choosing every day as an opportunity to make those back home proud.